Vintage on Magic the Gathering Online. We're going to go ahead and mulligan this hand. As you can see, we are playing Bazaar Aggro. This hand's really good too, but we don't have Bazaar Baghdad. We really need Bazaar Baghdad to get things started. So unfortunately, we are going to mulligan. Our opponent did mulligan to 6 as well. Hopefully, we can get either like a Serum Powder or something. Oh, we did get a Serum Powder, but we also got a Bazaar. So we're going to keep this hand. And we're going to put back Serum Powder, and let's put back Noxious Revival. That way we have some Force Negations and some things to do. All right, so we're not going to F6 just yet because we may have to use Force Negation for something. Oh, they decided to put Mana Crypt in their graveyard. Interesting. Okay, well, I guess we're just gonna cast. We're gonna cast these Basking Root Wallies. Ooh, I like this. I like this a lot. It's gonna yield to all. I'm gonna cast the Basking Root Walla, and then we're gonna cast this other Basking Root Walla, and then we're gonna get Hollow One for some insane value. And then we're going to pass the turn with 6 power in play. And we've got a Master of Death too. So assuming we can put that in our hand and we have nothing to counter, we can potentially use... Okay, well, I guess now we can't. I was going to say we could potentially use 2 Force Negations, but we're going to have to counter this immediately. Uh-oh. They got a Force... Alright, that's fine. We gotta... I guess we're going to be in trouble then. Yeah, let's go ahead and pay 1. Get this in. Okay, so let's activate Bazaar again. Let's discard Master of Death. Squee, Master of Death. And let's get come on. Alright, let's get Noxious Revival. And we'll just cast the Hollow One again. Just activate Bazaar now. Doesn't really do a whole lot for us, but at the very least we got, you know, a little bit of value here and there. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to beat Atraxa, so I don't think that we can actually win this with an Oath on the battlefield. Yeah, because I mean, they'll gain 7, they'll block a 4/4, they take 6, they'll actually gain life here. So I don't think, I mean, unless we can find Vengevine, even then, like, should I just concede at this point? I'm just trying to think if there's any way for us to come back from this. Let's see one more card, and if we let's just see our main phase, and if we don't have a way to beat Atraxa, we'll concede. Okay, Oko is also very good. That might make me concede now. Yeah, let's concede now. Let's concede now. I think that there's no way for us to come back from that, especially when we don't have any cards in hand. But let's see if we can do some stuff here. So I would like to have Vengeful Pharaoh. This is a really good card that stops like creatures from attacking us. They don't necessarily need to worry about that though, but it's still, I think it's still a good card to have. And I don't think there's anything else we can bring in against them, right? Like, they don't care about their graveyard. They don't care about this Sickening Shoal. So let's just run it back and see what happens. That's the problem with this deck. It's very strong, but it does have a lot of weaknesses, and it can get the ball rolling fast. If your opponent has a way to stop you, or like has a way to get like an Oath into play early, then things just go south real fast, as you can see from that game. Like I had a Force of Negation to stop them, but then as soon as they show me that they have Force, I either need to have another force, and if I don't, it's like I either win or I don't win, right? I mean, that's true of any game. What I don't want to see in Vintage is that everything comes down to a coin flip, but sometimes the hands are just not dealt well. So. I roll, of course, and we're going to have to mulligan this hand because we don't see a Bazaar. We have to mulligan this hand as well. No Bazaar. Hopefully we don't end up with a like lose 2 hollow ones to a serum powder situation. But if it comes down to that, then it comes down to that, right? Nothing you can do. All right. As we wait for our opponent, I just want to talk about a few things. So, Bazaar Aggro is a really strong deck. It definitely, there was some debate about whether it's better than Dredge. A lot of people in the Vintage server seem to believe that Dredge is way better. But I think that like Bazaar Aggro, like one-on-one, Bazaar Aggro can beat Dredge. And that's been demonstrated in previous matchups that I've had from just the experience of playing against both types of decks, right? We're going to keep this hand. I'm going to put 3 cards back. Let's put 1, 2, 3, I guess. Okay. I don't like this. We're going to have to just... I think we're just going to have to, like... I don't know, right? Like, we play Bazaar, and then we... I guess we draw 2 and discard 3. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. Because then we just get the... We just get 2 4/4s in play, and then... Actually, this is insane. I was thinking about just passing the turn, and then I realized, wait, I just have it, don't I? That's the funny thing about this deck. But yeah, I mean, the deck is really good. You can have 12 power on turn 1, which we've demonstrated before, which is really, really good. But at the same time, like, you fold to so many other things, you know? And you're also a graveyard-based deck, too. So you do also kind of lose the graveyard hate, which is also annoying. But we're in here playing Bazaar Aggro, doing some work. Let's see if we can at least steal a game. Okay, well, Soul Guide Lantern is good. We don't have a response to that, but we have 12 power on the battlefield, so I don't think we need to worry about that. Question is, do they have us or not? They haven't demonstrated any colored mana yet. They need to have colored mana. Okay, they're going to draw a card here, which makes a lot of sense, because they probably didn't have anything, and it doesn't make any sense to exile my 1 force negation. Okay, now they have 2 colored mana. Ooh, they've got a lot of colored mana. Okay, I take it back. They're about to play Oko? Sure. I don't care too much about Oko. I mean, I can just attack Oko, so I'm not really too worried about Oko. Yeah, I imagine I just attack Oko twice, or attack it with 2 creatures. They probably have to decide whether to make one of my things a 3/3, which honestly isn't really worth it, in my opinion, because I can still just attack the Oko. So I think probably their best bet is to make a food token. But I mean, that's just my opinion, right? Because they would like to probably turn, I don't know, one of my 4/4s into a 3/3 is like, is that better than making a food token though? Because a food token gains you 3 life. So that buys you, like, over the course of 3 turns, you know, effectively the same amount of damage saving cost sort of thing, you know? But they have a lot of power. They played 4 power cards, and yeah, I mean, that's what I figured. Making a food token is way better, in my opinion. All right, well, let's just attack. Attack Oko with the 2 4/4s, and we're going to attack our opponent with Vengevine. Let's get the ball rolling here. You have responses? Really? Okay, sure. That's fine. surprised they had a response. Alright, as long as they keep losing life, I'm fine with this. And yeah, I mean, they can make that into a 3/3, and then we can kind of like, all right, so they're gonna want to turn their mana crypt. That makes a lot of sense, doing what they did here. All right, let's activate Bazaar, and let's pitch Vengevine, Squee, I guess. Attack our opponent here. They're going to go down to 1. Unfortunately, we're going to have to figure out a way to bring them down even more. Oko just stealing the game. Very, very annoying. Very frustrating. I really didn't think they'd had a response, but I guess this is the world we live in. All right, let's put Squee into our hand. Go to draw step. Okay, Vengevine is good. Let's Bazaar here. Oh, so close. All right, well, we do get the madness here. At this point, I think it makes sense. I think we're just going to still attack our opponent here. I mean, they can just keep gaining 3 life, but eventually we'll get more cards in the graveyard, right? I mean, we have 3 Vengevines in the graveyard, so if we can just pop off with some more, like, Basking Rurallas. All right, well, that stops that strategy. Let's see what they do here. Oh, they didn't get rid of the Vengevine. And they decided to draw a card and not exile my graveyard? All right, they must be very confident. Let's see if they've got anything. Okay, they're going to create a food token here, probably crack it to gain 3 life. Okay, Basking Rurala is good. Can we get something? Oh, gosh. So close. So close. All right. Let's just attack. All creatures at hope. They do have a fetch land that they can't use. Oh, we actually won? What? That is a surprise. I thought they had us with the Oko. We're gonna run this back, but that was so came out of nowhere. Honestly, I thought we were gonna lose to Oko. But yeah, I mean, they couldn't crack the fetch land unless they paid with the food token. So they go up to 4. They pay 2 life. Yeah, it's a losing battle at that point because I have like 3 creatures and effectively 5 power on the battlefield, and they would just be gaining 3 life every turn. So at some point they do go down to 0 life. But I was about to concede, honestly. A few turns ago, I was about to concede and just like say, "Wow, they got me with Oko." All right, let's mulligan this hand. Not a fan of nothing to do. Hopefully we can get a Bazaar. No Bazaar. Mulligan. Let's powder this. Put 2 cards. We're going to put Hollow One back and Vengevine back. We're going to powder this. We're going to have to mulligan this. Mulligan. Oh gosh. No Bazaar. Let's powder this. Put 4 cards. I guess we'll put that back like Force of Wills, Chalice, Mulligan. Okay, we're gonna keep this. That was crazy. So now we have to put 5 cards back. All right, well, that's what happens sometimes. You just get got. We'll keep the Master of Death because that can actually give us some card advantage, kind of, sort of. I don't know if this deck plays, like, wants to mulligan that badly for Bazaar. I mean, I guess it does, right? Because your entire deck relies on Bazaar Baghdad. But, you know, so it goes. It's really unfortunate that we just didn't get a Bazaar Baghdad until the very last second. Let's just pass the turn in case we want to use Force Negation on something. I know that sounds terrible because we'll have no cards in hand, but you never know, right? Worse things have happened before. I don't care about Mox. Okay, Forbidden Orchard is a reason. If they have like Oath, then yeah, we would stop that. Yeah, so we have to counter this, otherwise it's over. Flusterstorm, sure. Yeah, I have nothing. I'm just gonna activate Bazaar in response. Get some stuff in the graveyard. This is gonna allow us to have Squee, and we're not gonna pay. And I mean, unless we have like, I don't know if there's anything that can save us now. Let's use Squeeze ability. Go to draw step. Activate Bazaar. Yeah, that's not going to be good enough. All right, I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I'm going to concede. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. I do a lot of vintage games every week at Thursdays at 3 a.m. for now. That's the current upload schedule for vintage, and I will see you all next time. Peace out.